Welcome in everybody to this edition of Valpo Baseball Weekly. Brent Vickery with you. Glad to be joined by Valpo fifth-year senior Brent Jones as we look back at the spring trip for the team. And Brent, first of all, it was a struggle injury-wise for you the first 2 years leading up to this year. Just what was that like to go through your battles with injuries over the last 2 seasons?
Yeah, injuries are never fun, but finding ways to continue to do as much as I can with baseball, working out, and just doing all I can to keep my body in shape and be ready to go when I get the opportunity.
Now, that being said, what's it been like to be back and to be healthy and to be a part of the team on the field this season?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun just being out there, playing. It's been a while since I've been on the field, so just the excitement every day, having the opportunity to play with my teammates and trying to get wins.
You've had great success at the plate so far this year, particularly coming off not having a ton of ABs the last 2 years. What's it been like, and how have you had that type of success?
Just my last year playing baseball right now and taking everything as simple as I can, not pushing too hard, just letting the game come to me and not doing too much.
As a team, you've played a tremendously challenging schedule so far this season, and you in particular have had some great success against really good teams. Just what's it been like to play against that type of competition? How's that help you guys going forward?
It's great playing a tough spring schedule just to see as a team where we're at, what we need to improve when conference comes, and when the heart of our schedule comes as a team, where do we need to improve, and just finding out together what we need to work on.
There he is, Valpo's Brent Jones. Now glad to be joined by the head coach, Brian Schmack, as we look back at the spring trip for the team as they've returned to the Midwest after the spring break trip. And Brian, you knew it was going to be a challenging slate over the spring trip. Maybe what are some takeaways, and what was it like to play that type of competition?
Well, we want to play that type of competition because we want to find out where we're truly at. So, and when you play the South Carolinas, you get exposed if you make some mistakes, and we want to find out what those are. You want to obviously win more. You want to see more in the win column. But I think when we come back here and we get a chance to play Northern Illinois, who's in similar situations, we find out that hey, we're maybe not as bad as the record indicates. So it's good for us to do that because it gives us a better understanding of where we're at.
We talked to Brent Jones a moment ago about his recovery from injury and the impact he's made this year. What's that been like to see for you?
That's great. He's finally getting some consistent at-bats. The first couple of years were injury-plagued, and he was, in and out of the lineup. So, him knowing he's in the lineup and he's a little bit more confident this year. The swing is better. He worked his butt off in the off-season. So it's good to see that, kind of paying rewards at this point. And he's had a great year so far.
One player who's been key out of the bullpen that played a big role in Game 1 of the series this weekend was Easton Roadhouse, and he's bounced back from a tough season a year ago. What's been the change from last year to this year for Easton?
Confidence. It is. We talked to him about it the other day, and the stuff's a little bit better, but he just looks more aggressive on the mound, and he's kind of back to that freshman year form where he was going after guys and attacking and throwing strikes, and it worked out for him. So it's good to have Mega back.
Another big story this weekend was Colin Fields in the series finale and the way he pitched on Sunday against Northern Illinois. What did you see out of him in that outing, and what have you seen so far from his freshman year?
That's what kind of we expected out of Colin. He came in and he kind of surprised us. He did some really good things in the fall and preseason, and I think he was a little bit nervous and not trusted his stuff. It's typical for freshmen to face good opponents and feel that way. So I think he actually learned a lot at South Carolina that he could match up with those guys and actually do pretty well. And he took it into the next outing, and it was great to see.
Now you're starting to build up toward conference play. What do you have to see out of your team over these next 5 games or so leading into conference, or what do you hope to accomplish in this time to be ready for the Valley?
Quality at-bats. We have to keep grinding things out. We were striking out way too much early in the season. I think we're starting to limit that, which is good, and we need to go back to throwing strikes. It eluded us for much of the first 4 weeks, but the last couple of weeks we've gotten back to it now, and if we do that, it gives us a chance every single game.
There he is, the head coach, Brian Schmack. Valpo will open up the home slate this weekend. The first game of the series begins at 3 o'clock against Butler on Friday as Butler comes to town. For all the latest in Valpo baseball, visit valpoathletics.com.